So in most Muslim countries, a young Muslim would go through this, while they go to school, they also go to an Arabic school, which is where they would learn to read, write, and speak Arabic. In my case, while I was living in the Gambia, I had an Arabic teacher who would come to my house and teach me and my brother to read and write Arabic. But before I got to the point where I was supposed to learn how to speak it, my dad moved to Swaziland, and my brother and I also moved with him. And Swaziland is a predominantly Christian country, so I didn't have the opportunity to learn how to speak Arabic while I was there. So Ramadan is known as the most important month for Muslims because it's the holy month, and it's holy because it's one of the 5 pillars of Islam. The 5 pillars being the declaration of faith, so every Muslim should declare Islam as their one and only faith. The second one is obligatory prayers, so every Muslim has to pray 5 times daily. Third is compulsory giving, meaning that a Muslim should be generous and make donations every month to those who are less fortunate than he or she is. The fourth one is practicing Ramadan or observing Ramadan during the holy month. And the fifth is the Hajj pilgrimage, so every Muslim should at least visit Mecca in Saudi Arabia at least once in their lifetime to oversee the Hajj pilgrimage. So Ramadan being the holy month of Islam, what happens is, as a Muslim, one is supposed to fast during the daylight hours of the day for 30 days. So that is from sunrise to sunset, and you're not allowed to eat or drink. And honestly, Ramadan is actually just a historical institution, and it's practiced by more than just Islam, among various other religions, such as, it's similar to Lent for Christians and Yom Kippur for Jews. That is Ramadan to us. So during Ramadan, as a Muslim, you're supposed to fast during daylight hours, so that's from sunrise to sunset. And the reason why we do this, as opposed to fasting during the night, is because, we consider cheating when you sleep while you fast. So if you were to fast during the night, you'd fall asleep, and then there's no point to the fast that you were attempting to perform, essentially. So there are a lot of reasons why Muslims would fast during Ramadan. One of them being that it is the holy month, obviously, like I mentioned earlier, and it provides a karmic boost for Muslims when they fast. So we believe that as a Muslim you would gain spiritual rewards, and we call it tawab, for performing good deeds. So donations, just being a good person, and also fasting during Ramadan. And what happens is, if you fast during the holy month, you get more spiritual rewards than you would if you were to fast or pray during any other month of the year. Also, we believe that fasting is good because it cleanses yourself viscerally, so you get a sort of spiritual detox by fasting, and it actually does scientifically cleanse you because you're getting rid of all the gunk and bad food that you've been eating, and going a whole month of only eating water when you really need to and not eating bad food at all. It just cleanses you. Also, we believe that it is a good way for us to get closer to God, or Allah as we would call him. So essentially, when you're fasting during Ramadan, you're submitting yourself to him, you're sacrificing your body for him and fasting in his behest. And the last thing is, most people would tell you that they fast because they want to sort of vicariously go through what people who are less fortunate than they are going through on a daily basis. So people who are suffering from starvation. Ramadan would in a way help you understand what they're going through and sympathize with them. So in Islam, we believe that before you pray, you're supposed to be in the purest form of yourself. And what we do is we perform this thing called ablution. In Arabic, it's called wudu. And what that is you cleanse yourself using water, obviously, So while we perform ablution, we believe that you're supposed to start with the right side of your body first because it is the good side, and then wash the left side second because it's the bad side. To your head, down to your toes. So you're supposed to be pure both in both your mind and your body. And to the extent that like you're not even allowed to shit, pee, swear at someone, or show any signs of contempt. You're not allowed to fart even, you're not allowed to burp, you're not allowed to have sex, just anything that would just make you impure in our belief. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. So here I've got my personal Quran with me, and just going back to the most important recitation that Muslims would say while reading the Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So it appears in every single verse, at the start of the verse, in the name of God, there. Here it is again. It's the same for every verse in the Quran. It's an opening statement that Muslims should recite before attempting to recite the verse. In Islam, we also believe that you're supposed to pray on a clean surface. That is why we pray on praying mats, which separates you from a dirty surface. And that is completely forbidden. You're not allowed to pray on any surface besides a praying mat. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salah, hayya ala salah, qad qamat falah, qamat falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين